Yo. All right. Hopefully this mic works nicely, and I also hope that Gilliam is going to be audible. He'll be sitting over here. Yo. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for confirming that. Thanks also for chatting. I'll have my project spammed a little bit so you can follow along with what I'm doing. So let's see if I can get you up to speed. So what I've been doing is I've been programming this web app. It looks like this. You start off over here in the screen using a multi-platform project or just using Kotlin.js. It's multi-platform. It's not even going to be multi-platform. It's just going to be Kotlin as a backend and then Vue.js as a front end. Maybe it'll help if I show you how I've structured my code. So I've got our UI, which contains a bunch of Vue.js files. And then we've got the backend, which basically supplies controllers, for example, to show a competition or do stuff with a competition. That's basically it. So it's Vue.js calling a REST API, and then the way deployment works is the thing we did last time. Let me see where that is. Right, so basically what happens is my Gradle file or Gradle script first builds a JavaScript distribution, then copies that into the source main resources static folder, and then I build a Spring Boot jar, and then I build a Docker container with that, and that's the thing I deploy eventually to Heroku, and that's the thing we did last week. So yeah, and then the goal, so something that I'm trying to do with this project is to, well, learn new stuff, but I'm also gonna try and prove to myself that I can move from an anemic domain model to a hexagonal architecture or a clean architecture. Yeah, so the reason I'm not using Ktor is because I'm trying to constrain my learning, let's say. So I think using Ktor probably would have been possible, but I didn't know how I could host a front end with that stuff. And Spring Boot, I already knew a lot about it, so that's why I'm trying to do that. So I'm going to limit my learning to basic Kotlin and then some Vue.js stuff, and then I still have something workable in the end. But yeah, Ktor really looks nice. I looked at it a couple of times already, so I really want to try it out for my next project, maybe. Instead of Spring Boot. But yeah, so good tip, man. I'm looking forward to actually using Ktor at some point, because it really does look cool. Maybe it can even fit in with this thing here, because eventually I could use that as a port for one of my aggregates, I guess, and see how that works out. A feature in Ktor is that you can have the static files not necessarily being within the resources folder. Maybe something like that is possible for Spring Boot too. Because if it is in the class path, one thing that sucks a lot is having to reload the project every time you want to update. Yeah, so you mean if I only wanted to update the front end, then I have to reboot the entire server, right? But I don't see that as a problem because it's just a silly web app for now. So it fits the architectural constraints, let's say, if there are any. The thing just needs to be live before Snowcase 2020, and I still have 34 live coding sessions left until then, including today. The thing is basically finished, so yeah. Hi, Debsportloo171. Thanks for watching. Okay. Alright, cheers. That's a weird message, but it's fine. Oh, I see. Yeah. Bots galore. This is the first time this happened to me, okay? Let's not do that. Right, so let's see where we are. These issues though. Right, so last week we managed to deploy somewhere. We deployed to Heroku. The thing is live now. The thing that was happening though was that whenever you added new stuff to a competition, yeah, it's open source. You can follow the link that Nightbot spams here. Be glad to receive some tips. So where were we? Right, so last week deployed to Heroku, and today we're gonna continue doing this part here because I want to manually start a competition. Oh, by the way, at some point Gilliam will show up and he'll start pairing with me, so whenever the doorbell is gonna ring, he'll be here. I hope the doorbell doesn't ring too loud, but yeah, we'll see how that works out. But I want to manually start a competition because that would solve the fact that whenever the competition would near its end and someone would just that's interesting. That is really interesting. Okay, it just took a while to load. Okay, so maybe the database needed to get started up again or something. I don't know. You've always avoided using a front-end frameworks in favor of using a lot of JavaScript. Do you recommend someone who generally only uses vanilla JS some light amounts of jQuery to try out Vue? Oh, I see. That's a good question. Would I recommend Vue to someone that only has used jQuery or vanilla JS? I guess it sort of depends. The thing I find really interesting, or the thing I gain from it, is that I'm using a component library called Vuetify, and this really helps me produce nice looking stuff real fast, and that's a lot of fun about it. I mean, this really only took me about, no, let's say that I don't lie. So I started this thing in April every weekend. I mean, every like once a day in a weekend or something. So I don't know how much time I've actually spent. Maybe like a week's worth of time, like 40 hours, let's say. And this is what I've got. Now that is excluding learning, because I already knew a lot about Vue.js, but it's simple enough, I think, and I think Vue.js really hits that sweet spot between it being opinionated and you having some free choice in there. Like, and it's simple enough to learn pretty fast. But if you don't think there's a lot of, I mean, if you think that you go fast enough using just plain vanilla JS, then you keep on using that. I mean, why not? The other thing, yeah, maybe what it does do is it structures your code really nicely, yeah, and it does a lot of packaging for you, all that stuff. So yeah, it really is simple enough. It's not as difficult as Angular, for example. Like, I think that the complexity with all of those JS frameworks comes mostly from getting to know the entire NPM ecosystem, like all of the node stuff. You need to know how package JSON works, and that sort of stuff. But it should be easy enough to start working with. Another thing you might want to look into is Elm. I really love Elm. It's a purely functional front-end framework. It looks like Haskell. It runs really fast. It's very small as well, smaller than React or Vue, and you can just hook it into a web page wherever you want. So if you're using jQuery right now, maybe you want to switch to Elm instead and get more type safety and stuff like that. But that's the issue with Elm, though, is that it's not very, like, if you don't know functional programming, then you're gonna have a hard time. But I really love it. Yeah. So you might ask, well, why didn't you make this thing in Elm then? Well, because Elm doesn't have this component library of Vuetify, for example, and this I find helped me speed up even more than Elm would. Plus, routing isn't that easy in Elm either. Yeah, so that's about it. So when a competition got started, and let's say we've got 3 competitors, and the week progresses, and Snarf is ahead, and the rest has 0 points, and in the end, Lionel can just start. Like, he goes to this competition, and he'll just go like, oh, you know what? Snarf is ahead. Not anymore. So I want to not have Lionel be a spiteful loser, and then kick out Snarf when Snarf is winning. And the way I'm going to circumvent that from happening is by not allowing competitors to be added or deleted during a competition, like when it's started, instead of adding actual authorization and authentication. No, yeah, so I'm glad to be answering any questions. So if you've got any other, just feel free to chat. I mean, that's why a reason why I'm live coding, right? So I added a flag to the competition already, so I can mark it as it being started or not. We can see that when we go to the competition. class. So this thing has a started boolean now. And this leads to the embedded thing. Oh, sorry, just a simple column. And then when I try to add competitors, and if it's started, then it should throw unable to add competitors. Same for removing, also should throw an exception. So the backend is fixed. I mean, is going to be working, but then my front end, or there's currently no way to actually toggle a competition to be started yet. So that's the thing I'm going to try to do today. Yeah, so the title, the name of the exception is long, but it does say exactly what it should do, right? So unable to add competitor to started competition. Who cares if it's a long name, if it's readable, I guess. Same for this thing. You should see my test names. Wait, hang on. Let me show you. Let me show you my tests. So in Kotlin, you can use backticks to name methods, and because you can use these backticks, you can write really nice looking methods. And when you, for example, want to check out how a certain class works, you just go to the test and start reading. So this is really cool. But I liked, what was the thing? I think I was using Kotlin test or something in the beginning, and it was working nicely, but then I had to do some Spring integration with it, and then it all went to shit. So I had to revert that and go back to using JUnit 5. The thing I'm not using from JUnit 5 is the nested tests, and that's one thing I should be looking into, actually, to organize my tests a little bit better. It's really nice in the UI. Yeah. Yeah, and then I saw someone on the Kotlin Slack, and they were just like, "Hey, I wrote this blog post about using Kotlin test with Spring, and everything just works." And I was like, "What? How is it? Like, why?" So maybe I need to just try and do it again, and like really try and commit to making Kotlin test work, but that might be for off-stream stuff, because I think it's a little bit boring to do that. But so anyway, so my backend is up and running. I don't yet have a backend controller yet, so maybe that's the first thing I can do. Oh man, if I could only type a little bit better. So what we have is we've got something to add challenges, add competitors, fetch all competitions, get a detail of a competition, complete a challenge, create a competition, remove a competitor from a competition. So maybe next to the create competition, I can like add a new one saying toggle competition started or something. I don't think it should take any argument. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Because, I mean, this thing should just do, if it's started, then a toggle would unstart it, I guess. Or maybe I should make it explicit to like start competition, because that's the only thing I need for now. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit better, huh? This thing is gonna be a post with no argument, but it should get a competition ID, and then maybe we'll post to /start or something, and that should start a competition. Maybe not found. Let's do bad request or something. There we go. Then we can write a test for this. Can there be more than one competition running at once? So yes, but yeah, you'll need to give the ID. Yeah, you can really throw away your mouse actually. It's very helpful, but if you do a lot of pair programming, people that sit next to you, they'll be like, wait, what the hell did you just do? Because I don't know what just happened. And then to you, who already knows all of these shortcuts, it's really normal. So you'll be like, okay, I did this and then that and then this, and I used this shortcut for that shortcut for that, and that shortcut for that, and they'll be like, okay. But it's fine, like if you can explain to your pair next to you and be like, okay, I'm gonna look for where a post to the API competition is happening, because I want to add a new test method next to that. So here we have post API competition, which is the create basically. So here I'm going to generate a new test. I'll call it post API competition with competition ID, and then start. Should start a competition. And there we go. And then we're gonna have to add those, like if the competition doesn't exist, something like that, we should probably return something. There we go. Should return 404 when no matching competition found, and then for the ID, I think. So let's duplicate this test method and then say paste for a given competition ID, something like that. And then is there something else? Yeah, I guess you can't really start a competition that's already started, but I don't think it should return an error or something. So should return 200 when competition was already started, something like this. So now this shows my intent, and I hope you can follow along. Oh, hang on. There is this really nice tool that shows your shortcuts whenever you use. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the presentation assistant. I think it's just default in IntelliJ, but I'm not sure if it works. I have it installed, but then it's not working anymore, and I forgot why that is. Installed. Go to presentation assistant. Oh, it's just not enabled. That makes sense. Let's restart, and maybe it'll work now. So thank you for noticing that. I think I didn't uncheck it for a reason, but I forget why it was. Maybe it slowed down my my IntelliJ too much or something. I do not remember. Let's maximize IntelliJ again. All right, let's see if that works. So I go Command Shift A, There we go. Oh, I am typing. All right. There you go. The only thing I worry about is it legible? The thing that the presentation assistant is showing? Because I'm not sure. Yeah, now it's still loading stuff, so it should be okay now, I think. Okay, cool. That's cool. Because I think I can increase the size or the font size a bit, but then if I don't have to, then I'm not gonna bother. Right, so how do we go about performing a post again? It looks like I'm gonna need something like this. I'll need the content type and the accept thing. And then maybe we can just check for the error thing first. So I want to post to competition ID. That means that there needs to be a thing that's available. I mean a competition available, and I've got I think if I'm not mistaken, I have got a default competition. There we go. Which I can add a bunch of stuff to. Like I don't care about the name, start date, but and then I don't even care if it started or not. Actually, there doesn't even need to be a competition here, right? It just needs to be some competition ID. Okay. And I think it's just a string as well, so non-existing competition ID or something like that. And then since there isn't a competition that has that ID, I expect there to be a 404 is not found. And then when I run this, it should fail. Because right now I am returning bad request, which is a 400. And then at least I'll know that the correct method is being hit and that I've configured Spring properly. Okie dokie. Oh, it's a 4. That's not what I want. So then I do, maybe I need to add an empty body or something. API, or maybe the curly braces thing is wrong. Alright. Ah, yeah, okay. I'm dumb. It needs competition, then competition ID, and then start. Because now it'll match. Yeah, I don't know what it would match. So a good test already. Now it should fail for the right reason. Yay! So now we're getting a 400. And we should be returning a 404. Now my question is, do I want to implement this thing already or not? Because to fix this, I can now just return not found and be cheesing. And then it works. But I'm not sure if I really want to do that. Also, what do you think about my beautiful flag? It only took me half an hour to find something like this. Hey, green. If all the competitions are in a list, you could just check for a competition ID. Yeah, but so I am going to just try and find the proper one using a repository, and then if I can't find it, then I'm gonna do something like this. So, but there is already a pattern for this, I think. Find by competition identifier. Yeah, so what I want to do is something like this. And then this is the thing I want to do whenever I am able to find a competition using the competition ID, and otherwise throw a not found. But first, let's try and write another test. So this is happy path then. So let's make sure that there is a competition there. So we've got the competition default competition for test. I don't care what it looks like, just that this is an existing competition. And then I want to probably mock my, oh dang it, I can see up there that I first need to or not. Let's just try and do this. The competition repository, this thing, when find by some identifier, and then the identifier should be this thing. Let's call it Thundercats competition or something, and then that will be the identifier. So I'll have a competition ID of this, and then I'll need to, for good form, have this thing. Where's the competition ID? Oh damn, it doesn't have a competition ID. Then that's fine, I think. Or unless I use the name to actually create the ID with, which I forget. Name, and then in the init, yeah, okay. So let's give that the name equals just like that. Competition ID is an inline class. That's a good question. So I don't know what an inline class is. It's this thing, and the reason why it's a regular class is because it needed to be embeddable or something. I forget why that was. Maybe my captain's log will tell me about it. Blah blah blah. For backing property convention look like something something. No, that's not what I was looking for. Maybe there's a, okay. So I didn't put it in the title, which was a dumb idea. I really thought I logged it somewhere. Maybe if I would look for at embedded. Yeah, no, apparently not. Yeah, I don't remember, but I did that for, oh, maybe show history will show me. Maybe annotate then. Okay, got Hibernate to play along with recently introduced competition ID. I guess that's so I needed to do this because of Hibernate. Now, that's something I don't want to go into anymore. I know using Hibernate is not the greatest of ideas, but it's useful for my setup where I'm trying to go from an anemic domain model to hexagonal, and I want to experience the pain. Oh, hang on, there's a lot of chat here. An inline class is just an encapsulator for a type to make it so that you can differentiate a regular string and a oh, turns out you're using it for, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, so it wouldn't be that useful. So an inline class is not just a type alias, or is an inline class because my instincts would tell me I want a data class for this, and then that's that, and then I have a wrapper or an encapsulator for that string type. Okay, I'll need to, I don't have a post-it yet. Okay, hang on, I will be getting a post-it and a pen to get stuff. Be right back. And I'm back. So stuff I need to look into is inline classes. Or as encapsulators. I'm gonna write wrapper because that's how I'll remember it. All right, and then this goes up on the wall. So cheers. I'm gonna look that up for sure. We were actually writing this competition test where I have an existing competition. And then whenever this method is going to be called, then I want to return the existing competition. And then I hope that's that, because what should happen is my repository call should try and find it, and then it should just return a 200 accepted, I think. 202. Yeah, 202 should be better, right? So if I run this, then I should still get a 404, because I'm just hard coding that right now. Doop-de-doop-de-doop. There we go. Then let's go to the implementation and do this basically. So I want to return this, and then when it exists, then I want to transform it into a response entity accepted. Yo. Oh yeah, I need to transform it with a let expression. Accepted build, and otherwise I want to return my response not found. Okay, I guess not accepted is just enough or something. Why is this a problem? Okay, whatever. Then a competition, I need to actually get the path variable competition ID, which is a string, and then this, yeah, this is fine, but what is this issue? Not enough information to infer parameter t. Please specify it explicitly. Why is that? So do I need to just do this? Or is it because I am using it but then not using it or something? I could just return the started competition now. That maybe even actually. Yeah. Yeah, no. Because I want to call it from view, and then whenever it returns, I just want to refresh the page probably, and with refreshing the page I am going to fetch the competition with the ID again anyway, so it doesn't matter if I pass it along again. Okay, what the hell is happening now then? Maybe why is accepted and then the build thing? Why isn't any good enough here? Not enough information, or does build return T and then accepted? Method contract. Let's just try and do stuff. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. And return at let. It should already be returned. This is not good because then I'm returning the builder instead of the response entity itself. It's so weird that you can't do build on, because here the type signature is response entity t exclamation point, and here it is the same. So why? Is it really because I'm just not doing anything with the it and then it doesn't matter, or? I am confused. Please specify it explicitly. Or, ow. Not in function t, which is an any, which is accepted to be null, I think. And then response entity, that's what's being returned with a type that shouldn't be null. Parameter t in this function. Which parameter is this then? Because it doesn't have any parameters. And here it's also just a regular one. This is also weird. So I need to do a specific one. If I do this, then that should, wait, I don't understand why this won't work actually. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because you can't do exclamation point on an any type. Now still I don't know why this is going around. So if there were a body which is it. There isn't a build thing. Okay, now I'm even more confused. Let's see if I can just return that straight up like this. All right, so that does work. Then why? Oh, you know what? Oh, that's also not the issue. Okay, Gilliam will be here in 45 minutes. Okay, cool. That is fine. And then if I were to change it with this, then the entire thing, yeah, now it's more explicitly a competition. But otherwise, it should be an any type as well. That's curious. All right, so here's also the accepted thing, but then this is the only thing I am ever returning there. Is it just something that I can't match these two? How weird is this? Please specify it explicitly. But where? Where do you want me to specify this explicitly? How does that work? Can I go? So now I've got the same thing. And now I can go like this? Nope. Because in essence it was the same, right? So it's in the build function. The build function has no... nee, hang on. So because I'm doing response entity, okay, maybe this is the thing. Yeah. So these are static methods, right? So what I wanted to do, I thought you could do, like in Java, you can do that. And then it'll know, oh, it's an any type that you want to return. Except here, it's not taking that stuff. Maybe how can I... Let's look that stuff up because this is new to me. Kotlin specify generic type on yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's not the one I was looking for. On method call. Yeah, but this is when you write your own. Maybe this is type projections. This is, I guess, maybe out any. Nope. Now I'm just trying stuff and Jesus. Whoops. This looks like a whole bunch of stuff I need to just know about. So I know how to use it in Java, and then it's not applicable anymore in Kotlin. Maybe I can just check this. Type inference failed. Not. Can I copy this? No. Not enough information to infer parameter t. Let's try this. You can use that. What? Oh, maybe it was just at the wrong place. God! I'm so sorry. That's probably also where it goes in Java, actually. So then rerun the test and it'll work? Question mark? Sweet. All right, and then should return 200 when competition was already started. Well, also should return 202 then when competition was already started. There we go, and now we say started equals true. And we don't have to do anything special for this. It should just work. Yeah, actually, the thing I'm not testing at all now is that my competition was actually started. So I'm only checking the return statements. But we've got good results. So now I wonder if I can do just this, assert that existing competition. So I'm using assert J or assert K, I think. Is true. So this should fail in any case. There we go. And then if you go back here, what we should do is actually start competition and do this. So I am going to just add a method called start competition. No. Where is it at? Okay. That's too bad. Because now it should take so can I actually get rid of this now? Yeah, because now the function has an explicit signature. It should take a competition. Competition. And then it should start the competition and I guess then also save it. So I want to say competition dot save or mark as started, and then competition repository dot save competition, and then just return this. So maybe what I want to do is have this thing just do stuff and not return stuff. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Do this instead. And then wherever this was called, I'll do that. And then say return, and then here we pass it. Okay. So now if I rerun my, oh, now it's gonna rerun all of the tests though. Okay. Or did it? It did not. Okay. Let's run all of the tests again then. Alrighty, cool. So I think what we have now is an endpoint. So rest and or endpoint to start a competition. We'll tag the issue so that we have a backtrace for that. Which one is it? 38. Okay. And then we'll push that. And then next up should be the front end stuff. I think. Yeah, so the other thing I don't have yet is ending a competition. Do I want that though? I would like to just unstart a competition maybe for now. How do you call that endpoint though? But first, since we already pushed a successful thing here, I'm going to treat myself to a Belgian beer because it's a national holiday and you have to celebrate somehow, right? Good God. Okay, right. So unstart a competition? I don't know, how do you call that thing? Undo starting a competition? Maybe it should be a toggle for now. I cannot decide. Yeah. Let's call it something horrible so that we'll fix it at some point. Let's call it snarf start or something. I don't know, something stupid. This way I'll be sure to fix it at some point. Famous last words. Snarf start should unstart a competition. Maybe let's go do this. When competition was not started, and then this is the same. So now we should just add a new endpoint, and here this should go from true to false. So here we have a started competition. Here we'll make it explicit that it's a not started competition. Alright, that's weird. Why is there? Ah, yeah, because so it's not failing for the right reason. Snarf start. Let's do it. I guess unstart is still a pretty good word, no? Wait, this is a refactoring, let's do it later. Yeah, why not? Let's go with unstart competition. This thing doesn't exist yet. Unstart competition. Mark as unstarted. Unstart, I don't know. Maybe start competition. I mean, this thing should be called start or start, just like that, instead of mark as started. Sounds weird. This does not exist yet, so let's make a function, and let's just say that started equals false. There we go. Then we'll rename this at some point, but for now let's just make stuff work. I'm implementing way too much now, in fact. This is unstart competition. There we go. And then these tests, yeah, they're all gonna work now, in fact. We haven't seen them fail. I don't feel good about that. Okay, so let's do proper testing. Let's not call this, and then that should fail. And then instead of returning not found, let's do bad request. Now if I run this again, cheers by the way, cheers. School op België or something. Yeah, so 404, and instead we are getting a 400. Unstart. Expecting true, but was false. Okay. Right, so then we can implement this thing again. And this should be not found. Now, all should be green. Then we can call this unstart commit, and then refactor rename start competition. Okay, so let's go with unstart then. Go back to our controller test. Check for snarf, actually check for snarf start and call it unstart. Rerun the tests. Yay. And then commit that to unstart competition. And then we'll rename competition. Oh, competition. Mark as started. Rename to start. Yeah, that's it. And then let's commit that. Okay. This is probably why that method is called that way, mark as started, because I probably first created that method from here. Okay. Renamed mark as started to start. There we go, push that as well. So now we've got two endpoints, one to start a competition, one to unstart a competition. And I think next up is the UI. And let's check again for when Gilliam was, so that was 23 minutes ago he sent me, so it'll be here in 22 minutes. Okay, that's about 3:30, he'll be here. But you know what? Let's start implementing that. Wait, where do we want to actually start that? I mean, to implement, where do we want to put the button? Did I add button? Right. Ah, maybe this is also why I didn't want an unstart button. Because then, I mean, if you have malicious intent, if you're a sore loser, then you can still unstart a competition. How do we make it painful for a sore loser. Hmm. Let's just try it out, I think. And then after we tried it out, we'll see how it feels, because I already have the backend there. Maybe also make it explicit that it's something that we still need to do. Think about whether or not adding the unstart feature is a good idea. So let's add a button to mark a competition as started. It should be a toggle. Well, I added that it's a toggle button, but there's no way to unstart it. Okay. Anyway, a web app. Here we are. Actually, it's probably gonna be offline now. Okay, no. Maybe the database goes down earlier than the web app itself. The database connection, that is. I wonder. Yeah, maybe we can put it somewhere here in this giant mess. Maybe here? Start competition? I don't know. Maybe underneath complete challenges? Maybe complete challenges needs to be here next to the date. Why is this even there? Because if it's on mobile, then this won't fit behind this probably, unless we put it underneath, but then it might look shitty. Yeah, it's gonna look shitty. So let's try and just add another button here that says start competition or something. Right? Yeah, why not? Okay, any ideas are welcome, by the way. If you have suggestions. Okay, let's go and do the HTML of the competition details. So here we have the period. And then I think what we should have is, oh, you know what? Maybe it's a good idea to not show complete challenges when a competition isn't started yet. Huh? But then maybe I need to add stuff in the backend for that as well. Let's add that to as an issue. Don't allow completing challenges when a competition is not started yet. Actually, that already might be the case. So if you go to competition, let me do complete challenge. What? That's weird. How come there is no complete? Competition controller complete challenge. Okay. How does that work? Okay, so you can complete a challenge on a competitor. Yikes. Yikes. This is not gonna be fun, is it? Well, it's a good thing that yeah, see, we have the competition, and this entire method should actually just be on the competition itself. And then I should complete a challenge for a competitor. Yeah. So it should have this signature. Okay, so it's not in the backend yet, so that's a good thing. Then we rightfully added an issue for that. Yeah. Maybe also add that we're gonna refactor complete challenge vector move controller.complete challenge to competition. Yeah, okay, nice. Okay, let's get our local environment up and running by going npm run serve. Oh, I read some news about npm being like stuff is going down, and they didn't get funding until, or they still have funding until the beginning of next year, and after that they might stop serving a free npm registry, and a bunch of developers will be screwed. Okay, do you normally document your code at such a high level when you code? Where do I document my code though? This is just an issue, and it's, yeah, it's helpful to me, because if I for any reason stop developing right now, then I still know what I needed to do next. Or yeah, and then the rest of the documentation I don't really. Oh, the readme. Yeah, the to do, that's definitely, it's easier to follow that way. And my tests, that's really like how I code. So yeah, I don't think it takes that much effort, and it's, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the captain's log. This thing is important actually. If I kept it up to date properly, actually, because this documents my learning, and it's a nice way to like whenever you're like in some class and you're like, why in the hell did I do that? Like, for example, the embedded thing, a lot of devs don't do that. Yeah, they might. But I try to do that. I've learned from my past mistakes because I was like, oh god damn it, if only I had logged this at some point in time. And it takes so little effort, so why not do it, right? The most difficult thing is filling that thing up, the captain's log. It should really be like a part of my definition of done, but I don't have that, because I think that would be over the top for this project. But it should show like a proper development mentality. I think we were adding this button, right? Like starting competition, like start competition, something like that. Start competition should be a new function somewhere. Oh yeah, and it is gonna be asynchronous at some point. And what we want to do is do a post to API competition with this dot competition ID, and we've got some duplication here. So I don't want to accept that now it's the time to extract into a service. But anyway, whenever this is returned as an accepted thing, oh, hang on. How did my error handling thing go again? Because I think, yeah, here it is. So if I don't do this, then the pop-up won't show properly. Oh, I'm actually using that. Okay, where is this from? View class component. Okay. Yikes. That doesn't seem like a good idea to do, but yeah, anyway. And then start, right? And then maybe we can only do that when a competition isn't started yet. So hide this button. How does that go again? ngIf lol. No, it's something like vif this dot competition. Hello competition. Ah no, I don't have a, how do you call it? I don't have started as a thing yet. A property. I didn't add it on my competition type. Or not yet. Started then, and which is a boolean. So now I should have that on a competition. Hey, thanks for following, Zacharias. Oh, I can see that my things isn't updating. What language is this? So this is this file, competition detail.view, and it's basically TypeScript. But I'm using the component-based syntax for that. The script. So yeah, so that's TypeScript indeed. Yeah. Oh, that's also TypeScript. And so it's not coroutines in Kotlin, but I guess TypeScript has coroutines. It's also part of ECMAScript 2019. I don't remember. 20 something. Let me real quick start something. Yeah. Public, then async, but then types define. Yeah. Okay. All right, there we go. Where are we at? So I think start competition is good to go now, actually. Ah yeah, right. We were trying to figure out if this button, oh, actually it should be if it's not started. And then the complete challenges button should be visible only if it's actually started. And then, so we've got exceptions, because of course, yeah, So this is a really annoying thing. Like, so since I changed the way a competition gets initialized, well, no, since I changed the type signature of a competition and I didn't make it optional, I need to say that this is false. And then this should restart. What do you like about Vue over React? I haven't really done a lot of stuff with React, but the things I did with it is that React is not enough. It doesn't have enough features, let's say, for me to find it useful enough with my skill set. So I'm not good at front-end development, not good at all. And I feel like using React takes up a lot of my time. And I think Vue really takes a lot of that away. Like, I can be super productive real fast with Vue and component frameworks like Vuetify, and it's simple enough, and it's like it has the right opinionated constraint, let's say, for me to like it. Like, you know, like Angular, I dislike because there's like 6 things how you can do form submittal, and that thing tires me out, and you get like these horrible exceptions in your browser when stuff goes wrong, and you know, like, you need to sift through this entire stack trace to figure out what is actually wrong. Vue's got better exceptions for that. Yeah, and then React, I don't really, like I say, I don't really know about it. Yeah. So it's got like the sweet spot of being opinionated, and that's why I like it. But so there is an RFC or an RPC going on, a request for comments, on Vue 3, which has a function-based API or function component-based API. Here we go. And this actually looks super nice. So this is what it would look like if you have the function-based API set up. And yeah, this is more in line to how I think about Vue logic in any case. So now I have to make do with component syntax. Oh, we have a visitor. We'll be right back. Let me get stuff set up, and then soon we'll be with 2 people. See you in a bit. It won't be like maybe 5 minutes or something. All right. Ta-da! Ta-da!
Wow,
So,
what an introduction.
yeah, so dear viewers, this is Gilliam. He will be pairing with me today for the next, I don't know, until we get this done.
Oh crap.
Man.
Shit.
Yeah, we need to be productive here, eh?
Yeah, first thing I want to ask was if it's okay if I ask so many questions that you won't get it finished.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine, but I'm nearly finished already.
Oh, okay.
So
Then it's okay.
It should be fine. So really, what I'm hoping for you to do is to teach me all the good things, senpai.
In front end.
In Vue specifically.
Oh, but I am not that experienced in Vue.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure you will know more about Vue than me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see anyway.
Okay.
And so Zacharias says hi. So.
Hi. Oh, I had to watch the camera. Hi.
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe first you can before we get into this, maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah. So I am Gilliam, indeed. I work at the company Tim used to work at, and I started as full stack Java developer a couple of years ago, and then went more and more to web development, which was what I was most interested in from the start. So now I mostly do Node.js backend and Angular frontends.
And Node.js backend even.
Yeah, in the previous project we did it completely in Node.js with GraphQL as an API, which is also very interesting.
And where did you host your project on?
Google Cloud, the Kubernetes in Google Kubernetes engine.
Okay, cool. I think it will be next week or the week after or something, where I'll be pair programming with Chris Hofmans.
To deploy?
Yeah, it's the week after. So to deploy on Rancher.
I don't know that.
It's something that makes deployment to Kubernetes really easy.
And universal, probably.
Yeah, and universal indeed.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So it's not next week, but the week after that.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Then I'll be going to his place actually because
with this whole setup.
Yeah,
nice.
with this whole, but it's not all that much. So
okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool. Yeah.
And so now you do mostly
Angular, but I started now with a new project that has a React Native application.
Okay.
And I'm already more a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of in React they focus a lot more on functional programming.
Okay.
And in Angular it's a bit forced with NGRX. I mean, it might not be forced. I just
it's the Redux implementation. Eh?
Yeah, indeed. And with React, Redux is the default, and it's the components, because you make them completely stateless, are extremely easy to test. So that's very nice.
As far as I know, Vue also has a Redux implementation called Vuex.
Yeah, indeed.
Which I'm using.
Okay, cool.
But not for all of my components. So I'll show you. So let's actually show you then, because what was this? This is just a lint error, but it should be working, and then we'll run our application, which should be set up with a local profile, so that whenever I start my application locally, oh hang on, I don't think my my Docker is set up to run.
Is it one Docker with backend and frontend?
It's just the Postgres actually.
Just a database.
Yes.
And it was resetting every time, right?
Yeah.
Not the okay.
Yeah, and indeed. So I think it is actually running. And then every time application restarts, because I'm running the local profile, it repopulates the database with the example competitions and
right.
Okay, so let's just go local then to 8081. And then here we should have Snowcase competition.
That's the example.
Sorry?
That's example data.
That's the example data, yeah, indeed. Oh, and a thing I just implemented is already working.
All right.
Which is great. Let's see if that actually it doesn't. So that stuff doesn't work yet.
What does it do now?
It should do a call. Wait, what was I gonna show you actually?
Yeah,
Something that
Vuex.
Yeah, the Vuex part. So the Vuex part is to change the title in this part, because the title is positioned in a parent component, and I want to change the title when I navigate in the content part.
Yeah.
So if I go to create competition, it gets updated, and challenges, it gets updated.
Okay, I did that with in Angular. I did that once based on the routes. I put in every route that you have in the application, I put some extra data
fixed
with the title.
Damn it!
Sorry.
Damn it! That's such a better solution.
I think it. I don't think there's anything more smooth or more optimal.
No, that's a really good.
But
I'm not even sure. Maybe I even pass along the what's it called, the title with the route.
That would be, well, nice but funny.
Hang on. If you do that, how can you wait? Because the route part, it only renders in the outlet part, no?
Yeah, but you can use a routing service in Angular that is injected, and you can use that observable for the changing routes to get those events and filter out the name.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure how that works in Vue, of course.
Yeah, me neither. So I know that there's these things where you can nav guards, same in Angular, same in Vue.
I think you would have to couple to the store if you. Yeah, no, not sure.
Here it is. So if I or if this component gets mounted, then I just push an update title event with the competition name in this case, because it's the detail of a competition.
Yeah.
And this it's full of that. Hey, thanks for following Hamzantal. Hamzantal maybe. Why not just run Postgres on your machine instead of on a Docker? When I write my current app, I just run it on my machine.
Polluting the development environment, I think.
Sorry?
Not polluting the development environment.
What do you mean with polluting?
Installing shit on your computer.
Yeah, but to me it's also, because it's an open source project, it's way easier if you just provide a Docker container. Because then people don't have to install Postgres, or if they don't want to, they just have to have Docker.
Yeah, indeed. They just need Docker for everything that you're not working on.
Yeah. So if I choose some authentication library or no, an authentication application, maybe like Keycloak or whatever, I can just run that on a Docker container as well. Indeed. And then you can do too if you want to contribute.
But you need some practice at Docker, apparently.
Yeah, I do.
It's not hard. It's just some experience and making the difference, or knowing the difference between an image and a what's the other thing?
The container.
Yeah, the container and an image.
Yeah. Derpy derp. So this is how I use the Vuex store right now. And it's just the global default store.
Yeah.
That's it.
And what does a routing table look like in Vue? Or how do you make the routing table?
Where did I put that? So this is the routing thing.
That's exactly like Angular. There I just put an extra data value.
You can do that in Vue as well, but I'm not sure if you can listen to events from other components like you can do. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. But yeah, so anyway.
Actually, in this case, I would even... No, never mind. That's dirty. I would say split it on cases, split the name on the correct case, put it in the uppercase and use that as a title.
Yeah, but that's not really user friendly. Like I think, where was that? Like I have like a really nice looking title somewhere. If you want to complete a challenge, You
Yeah.
can go like complete challenges in this
And then
competition, and then you select who completed
Okay,
the
yeah.
challenge name. I mean,
That's
that's fun stuff you can do, right?
yeah, indeed. But then I'm also thinking, I'm not sure if that works with the way that I was implementing it, because it were fixed titles, and now you have some places you have parameters in your titles.
It's more dynamic, yeah. Okay, but then if I thought of that solution, then I probably would have not passed dynamic parameters to my titles.
Yeah, indeed. Okay.
Okay.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so hey, hang on. Okay, I think I know already what. So, what I think I need to do now is rerun this FET application so that my data gets repopulated again. Because I think I did in fact change state by modifying something. So we are in the competition detail screen now. And what I did is I added this button to start a competition. And I also made it only visible whenever a competition is not started yet. And then I also decided not to show this button, complete challenges button, if the competition is not started yet. So if it is started, then you show it.
You don't have the else in Angular. You have ng if else.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's, you have that in view, and then you can say, I want to show this like with the if exactly the same, but with an else statement for the second block.
Yeah. Maybe we can do that as well. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it exists in view.
It should be like this then. V if. Oh, there's a slot for that apparently. And then you go this. And then I expected V else then. Because where do you put the else now?
Yeah, that's a strange thing in Angular. You put it inside the if statement, and inside the if statement it would be the first this competition started, the boolean, then semicolon, and then else, and then you give a hashtag, an identifier of an element that it should show if it's not showing that one. But yeah.
Let's first make it work like this,
yeah,
and then we'll try and do the VIF with the slot thing, I guess. So we've got, I mean, this thing was working, so the competitions started thing definitely does get interpreted. And I think it got restarted already. So if I were to refresh this, there we go. So we see the start competition, but then if I click on it, it's gonna balk at me. Let's do preserve. It's already there. So I think what's gonna happen is my competition is gonna get started, but the page isn't going to get refreshed, and that's why the button won't show up correctly. So if I click this, we've got a green thing. It didn't change, but if I just manually refresh, then here it is. Okay.
Well, is this the first time you had this problem? I mean, over this case, that you change some state and have to reload some data?
No.
Okay.
Because here, if a competitor got added, I also just refreshed the competition. Which is something I'm going to do now as well. So after starting a competition, I'll also refresh the competition.
Do you have to wait for that?
Yeah, I think I do. It also told me, because the squiggly lines.
Oh damn, dude! I have to use IntelliJ again. I miss it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Everyone
guess.
is raging about Visual Studio Code, including myself.
Yeah.
And then you see someone working with IntelliJ, and it's like, God, it's just so much smarter.
Visual Studio Code is a damn good editor.
Yeah, a damn good editor, but it's not an IDE. It's still not an IDE.
Yeah, I guess.
It's still just a text editor.
They are making it better though, right? I mean,
that's why I'm in this limbo.
yeah. I use Visual Studio Code mainly to write Markdown files, so blog posts or stuff like that, and then
there's an annoying bug with Markdown in Visual Studio Code.
Really?
That every time you switch the viewer to another tab and you switch back to the viewer, it scrolls to the top. You never had that problem?
No.
Oh,
no.
Man.
You mean like if you do auto view, like a preview thing?
Yeah.
Allee.
If you use the preview and something else as the preview is showing, then the preview will scroll to the top.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
And it doesn't follow the cursor anymore, you mean, eh? Or does your cursor also end up at the top? Because that really sucks.
I'm not sure if it has that problem if you're still in the Markdown file as well.
To me, it only makes sense to follow the cursor.
Yeah.
So if you switch to the other tab and your cursor is at the top, then it makes sense that the preview is also at the top.
But I'm talking about the case when you only have the preview open and not the editable part.
I see. Yeah,
so that's probably not something you do.
Yeah.
No. What's the no-op error handler?
It's an empty function.
Okay.
So, but it's some reference to
what?
to view class component apparently.
Okay.
And it auto imported it, and I thought I had a no-op function myself, but now I don't remember. So in some places I do this with the comment, and then in other places I use this. So maybe I need to fix that as well. That's horrible. That's really horrible. Good spot. Good spot there.
Do you actually need the catch block if no-op is already implemented?
Good question. So yes.
Okay.
But why? Well, because where was that stuff? Hang on. So because it's already handled by the interceptor in app.view.
Yeah.
So thank you, past Tim, to make that comment.
It's just a reference.
No. The problem is if you don't catch, then this thing won't trigger. That's annoying.
Too hard to make sure the promise change.
Yeah. So this one is actually to throw the error, but then if your previous chain, so if you didn't catch, then that thing will throw the error already, and you won't enter in this thing. Stom, hè?
Yeah. Not okay. Not sure if I completely understand, but
maybe there's something wrong with it, eh?
I'm not sure.
Do you know Axios?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing I think I did is I added an interceptor on a response. So whenever a response returns that is an error code, I get, or like if it's nothing went wrong, then you just return the response down the chain.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you do this.
Show the
and
error.
you show the error, and then you throw the error to make sure the promise chain is maybe the catch no-op is a leftover from before I had this.
That's possible.
Yeah, because this thing triggers first, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then if you don't do that, then
that's
probably why I did the catch no-op.
Because?
Well, because if you didn't do this and you did something else or didn't do a catch, then nothing would happen and your pop-up wouldn't show because it would still remain unresolved or something. And then throwing would break the chain. or if you do the no op, then yeah. You know what?
You can.
Let's
try.
first make the thing work.
Yeah, sorry for the sidetrack.
And then we'll fix the no op thing, or like we'll identify that the no op thing is. So what we did now was we refreshed on. So now it's really annoying that I don't have an untoggle button. So let's fix that actually.
Yeah.
And the way I called it is unstart in my for lack of a better name.
Well, it's obvious. I mean, it's a clear name, so.
Yeah, but as a user of that thing, do you really know what unstart competition means? Like maybe it should be restart or something.
But you're not restarting it.
Yeah, because if you're restarting, then you expect it to be wiped out and stuff like that, right?
I have a feeling that unstart is a short for undo starting competition.
Yeah.
So I like it because it's obvious.
Yeah.
Unstart. Yeah. Unstart.
Yeah, but then in what state are you then?
Same as before.
Pause competition.
Undid it. Pause, but it's not. Can the competition already contain something, and then if you unstart it, still keep the same state?
Yeah. So if you unstart it, the only thing that this will do is it'll toggle a started flag, and the started flag doesn't allow you to add new competitors,
but
or remove competitors. And it should also not allow you to complete challenges.
Yeah.
But so no, so if it started, then only then it should allow you to complete challenges.
Yeah.
But then if you unstart, like it should only be there to correct your mistake. Like be like, oh, I didn't mean to start a competition now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like then it would be the logical UI implementation would be the pop-up that you get when you send an email in Gmail or Inbox.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, no, not are you sure, but that you start a competition and you get a competition started notification with an undo button next to it.
Yeah.
That's how the norm now is to just do your action, but implement an undo every time. Because then you have a lot less confirmation, well, no confirmation thingies anymore. Yeah. Yeah, really?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, it's nice. I'm glad I can contribute.
Yeah. Undo in notification. That's gonna be not that easy to implement, actually.
It's just triggering your unstart competition.
Yeah, but how do you know from your notification that you wanted to? Maybe you pass along the competition or something like that.
You mean because the notification is a general on
it's outside of the component.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you only need the ID, I guess. So yeah, we'll figure that out.
Good question.
Maya, that's very nice. Very nice. Okay. So let's find this thing. So that's still an annoying part. You can't navigate to the script part if you do Command F12. You can, but then you do this. But apparently you can't go start competition. Okay, I lied. Never mind.
Oh, it's good that it can be done.
Yeah. So unstart. Guess what?
Unstart. Nice. Spelling error.
Okay. That's that. Wait, maybe now it's a good time to start fixing these lint errors. What the hell is going on? Started is missing in type, but required in competition. Where is this? Competition. Okay, so I updated the type of competition, and since I need to make initializers, this needs to be extracted to this file, so I can just do like empty competition or something, and
Yeah.
so that I don't need to do this thing every time I add a new or change my competition interface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, no lint errors this
'Cause
time.
I like interfaces as well, but you can use default values with constructors if you use a class instead.
Yeah, but I only have an interface right now because I'm like the only reason why I am constructing a class there is because Vue wants some initial class, like so it doesn't explode when it tries to render stuff, because it only gets populated when the response returns.
Okay. Can I see that part? So you make a competition, and where is it rendered? Or what do you mean?
Here. So the fields, unlike in Angular, the fields of a component aren't
nullable or
not they're not unobservable automatically. So they're just a class. But one-way binding exists, I guess, to update it.
Yeah.
And then there's some magic around because I'm using this add component decorator to make this thing into a Vue component, in fact. Yeah, so all of that magic, I'm not really sure about how that stuff works.
Yeah. But so, what happens if you don't initialize?
Yeah. Let's go to the competition detail again then, and don't initialize this with null maybe then, or
no, just leave it undefined.
Then we need to.
What's it complaining about?
How is that again? Like this? Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's TypeScript.
Yeah. I've never seen that syntax in TypeScript.
Really?
Yeah. As no initializer not definitely assigned in the constructor.
So you can say if this competition variable, it's never null, basically. That's what I'm saying now. If I do this, then it can be null.
What? Is that default TypeScript?
Yeah. At least I think it is, yeah.
Huh. Can you see where the error is coming from?
It's a TS
TypeScript.
2.5.
Yeah, I know. Okay, just TypeScript.
So like this then?
Yeah.
And I think so now it's undefined even. It's not null.
Yeah,
it's
indeed.
Undefined. So if I save this, no lint errors are found, and then I'll navigate to, it's not even loading, I think. Let's go console. Let's get rid of that, and then let's click on this. Explosions, because cannot read property start date of undefined. So it the Vue render engine expects there to be something already.
Yeah, with Angular you solve that with ngIf as well, because I'm not. Is it bad?
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's really the default. The default in Angular is to put an ngIf around a block where you load, for example, a competition, and it won't be rendered until the competition is initialized.
No, I don't like that.
And you can also use that if you use the ngIf else, then you can use the else to make a template with like a loading indicator, for example.
Okay,
it will be loading until it's initialized.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm used to it, but
yeah, because I have that same issue now actually, because if I run it in production, that's the database or the Heroku RDS, it gets shut down before my Spring Boot app gets shut down. So I'll navigate to my Spring Boot my UI, and then it'll say no data available when I just had a screen that had data on it. And then I'm like, wait, what the hell is going on? And then at some point, my RDS is up again, and then the data is shown on the screen.
Yeah.
So that's like, what the hell is going on? Like as a user, you you think that something is wrong, like, oh no, I made a mistake, or no, my database has been hacked.
But when does that happens only on deploy, or when does it happen?
It's just because no, it's not on deploy. It's so the way Heroku works
Oh,
is
with
I've got like
automatic
the free,
shutdown.
yeah, it's automatic shutdown.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if there's no activity, it'll go like, oh, no users, goodbye.
Yeah, indeed.
I'll shut down now.
And
but it's fine for me. Yeah, like I don't.
yeah, but the database startup is slower than Spring Boot.
No, it shuts down earlier, and the reason for that is because
really?
yeah, because it's logical, I think, because the way it goes is okay, Spring Boot pops up, like at first there's nothing,
yeah,
and then God or aka Heroku creates the Spring Boot app,
yeah,
and then the Spring Boot app tries to connect to the database. The database jumps up, then it establishes the connection. Great, it shows the screen. It will load the competitions or whatever from the database, and then eventually nothing happens anymore, and all of the data is still in memory because of first caching in Hibernate. And then the database just shuts down because there's no activity anymore, where there can still be activity in the Heroku app or in the Spring Boot app. And then if you if there's no cache left or you jump to something else, then it'll spin up the database again.
Okay.
So that's why I think that happens. Yeah. But yeah, I don't care at all, actually.
Yeah, no, it's just that doesn't matter.
It's a hobby app. I want to pay nothing for this.
Yeah.
At least not now.
Indeed. But wait. Can you try the VF?
Yeah, I can.
I really want to see if that just would work.
So then I'll need to wrap all of this in a VF then, or
yes, or just put a VF on the template or the layout. I'm not sure what the cleanest is. The VF layout, I think.
VF
and then just competition.
Oh yeah, because
30 JavaScript.
Do I need to do this? I don't think I do. So let's get rid of that.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is implicit because this template belongs to that component.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Right now, and I always make the mistake of alt tabbing because that's never gonna work. Yeah, it's already running, I guess.
The computation is not fast, but the preference to render.
So it doesn't even exist. So they even give you the hint. Make sure that this property is reactive either in the data option or for class-based components, which is the thing I'm using, by initializing the property.
Wow.
And then they give you a link.
Now I really want to know why that's better.
Yeah, I don't know, but you can read up on this documentation. Okay. I'll post it in the chat and then mark it or something.
Yeah, perfect.
And then otherwise I'll forget to send link to Gilliam. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's initialize the property, I guess. Or maybe if someone in chat can answer that question, then that would be swell. So we'll get rid. That's annoying. Get rid of the if. Get rid of the initialize. Well, this. We'll put that back, and then we'll get rid of the this statement again. Couldn't you just have an additional Boolean flag then? That you mean so one that says competition is loaded. I
think we both don't like that.
Yeah. Because then you're becoming part of the Vue framework.
Yeah.
In your component.
You're also putting metadata in your component. State that just indicates state of something else. Which is it seems fine, but it quickly grows to horrible situations.
Nice. You missed the troll icon. The troll
Is
emoji.
that the troll icon?
No, I mean you should have added the troll emoji. Hang on. So what did we do?
I'm starting the competition.
Oh no! What the hell is this? What? Oh, I see. Yeah. There we go. Changes. So we added the started boolean flag, added initialization, added 3 buttons: one to start, one to unstart, and one to complete challenges. Another
you wrote down the notification. Yeah, undo notification. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So I think it works now? Question mark. I think it works now.
Yeah, it should if you refresh. Yeah, you did refresh.
Yeah. So now I can add people to this. Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I wanted, actually. Yeah.
That I would say that's nice, but it's not nice UI wise that you can still type a competitor.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Unstart the competition. Then maybe let's add Gilliam, and also me, and maybe also Zacharias. Fair enough, but how would you do rendering a loading icon then? Yeah.
Yeah, good question.
So I don't know.
Oh, I can answer.
But there's a Vuetify component for that probably, because it'll make stuff reactive, and it'll wait for things to be visible or to be loaded, and only then
like that
hide itself. Let's say.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
But how would you do it?
Like how we are going to do it, and how I did that most of the time was with interceptors as well. So we had the Axios interceptor to set the title. What you can also do is use an interceptor that's actually put some states, for example, in the store, or doesn't really matter for this example. Whenever you start a network call and then removes or sets a boolean loading on false again when the network call is done.
Yeah. And where does that? Where does that thing live then? Is it like an overlay on top of everything,
that's you can choose, like if it was Angular, I would say you save that state inside a loading service, and then any component can use that loading service to know if there's something loading, and then you can use it in your UI wherever you want if you want it on a more logical place. But most of the time I just implemented like an overlay or like a loading bar somewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty subtle.
Okay. So it's a non-blocking thing then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because indeed there's a difference. The application we're going to make now has blocking loading indicators as well, and loading indicators exactly on the place of the table that's loading.
Yeah.
And what also makes it a bit more difficult is that if you write it yourself, this loading service, you have to check if you add a network call that you cancel the same network call when it's done. You actually have to keep a list of network calls because there can be multiple network calls. And then you have to check them off when they're done.
When they're all done.
And that's I had a bug with some network calls that got fired and never seemed to enter or come back. So I don't know how I did that, but
you need to union them all or something. Like I don't know how
it's just build an area of network calls. When they are done, you remove the ones that were busy. When your area is empty, you're not loading.
Okay. I see.
So that's how I would implement it, and then you can just watch your store and put loading indicators where you want. And the nice thing is that you never have to worry about loading anymore, because in a web application it's always
it's always a thing.
It's always a network. I mean, it's always a network call that you're waiting for.
That's true. So technically, if we do start competition and I try to remove, then you can't. Haha.
I'm pretty divided about the UI, because it's also annoying if you start a competition and you remove, for example, the X buttons, that people might be wondering how can I now remove people? And if you leave the option like you do now, at least people know that it's because you started the competition.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, there's still the same issue. So let me tell you about the reason why I added this start competition button in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we have been in this competition and we have been finishing challenges. Let's see who else did something. Let's do you. Then let's have Zacharias do the Playboy. And then it's now Friday, last day of the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to decide who won the competition. And me, I can just go to this URL
Mm-hmm.
and then go like, you know what?
I'll remove you.
Zacharias, you're no longer part of the competition.
Yeah.
So that's why I added this button.
And then it also removes all the state behind this person out of the competition, or how does that? How's that?
Removing a participant, yeah, it cascades.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So if I do this,
Mm-hmm.
then he doesn't exist anymore.
Okay,
So I wanted to prevent this from happening.
Yeah,
so I wanted
indeed.
a sore loser to not be able to do this, in fact. So that's why I thought starting a competition should be non-reversible, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I really love the idea of the undo. Yeah,
because
of
it's temporary. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That is the fix, eh?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Yeah, that's why we really need to do that.
Okay, perfect.
It has the best business value.
Yeah, that's true.
And it still keeps me from adding authentication and authorization to my app, so I'm happy with that as well.
Okay, cool.
Let's think.
Because was there some other big feature that you still had to implement, or?
Well, Gilliam, let's see what other issues there still are.
Okay.
So yeah, there are a couple. For example, the ability to add new challenges after you create a competition, because it's not very apparent that this is the landing page, and the first thing it tells you to do is to create a competition.
Mm-hmm.
But if you create a competition, you only get to choose from the challenges that already exist, and you can't. I thought it was gonna show. Okay, so there's no all thing. And there's no way to add new challenges from this screen
before you start the competition.
You'll be like, okay, I'm not interested in any of these because I am making the beer challenge competition or whatever, and you go like submit, and then you're like, okay, how do I add challenges now? There is no way to do that. So
how do you add challenges on the challenges page? Yeah,
so first the flow should be, first you create a challenge, like chug a beer, I don't know, 1 point. Now there's this challenge, and then you can create a new competition, actual beer challenge, right? Because beer challenge already exists. Chug a beer.
I think the problem with just the general problem is that you have a flat menu where there's actually a hierarchy between competitions and challenges, and now it's not obvious.
I agree. Yeah. The reason why it is like this is because it's grown that way.
Yeah.
I just started the web app, and the first thing I started creating was challenges, and I just needed a list view and a way to create them.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I needed competitions and a way to create them. Here you go.
CRUD times 2.
And done. It works. It works.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
This is great.
I'm
very productive this way. Yeah.
I think I would actually not have a menu in this application even.
Just creating a challenge, you mean? Creating a competition.
Yeah, something I think would be like, yeah, yeah, like some kind of tile. I think we would have challenges and competitions on like the same screen, and if you want to add challenges, then you can drag them to a competition, for example. I mean, that's
But how would it work on mobile? Because
yeah,
think
right.
about because
I think
people
about-
really
yeah,
are going to use this on mobile a lot.
That's true. That's
or
true.
that's my the
Oh,
thing I'm thinking about. So
indeed.
that's why
Well,
I
you could
wanted to
have-
make a clear task-based UI for that.
Yeah. You could have on mobile like sideways scrolling for competitions, and then a list underneath that for challenges, maybe.
Yeah.
Just the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought maybe somewhere here, like I can also add challenge or something, like a very quick way to add a challenge or something. Like I really don't know actually. I just don't know.
Well, we have in our team we have some people who are very good at this.
At thinking about UI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And with the UX tracks they do now, it's really nice that you get a complete application UI and workflow, like they do it with the customer.
Yeah.
To know that it's exactly how they want to use it.
So if I were to do that, who would I give this to? Because you can use a Sketch or SketchUp or something like that to give that thing to people, and then they'll be like, okay, this is really what I expect there to be, or this is not something I want, or I expect this differently.
You mean then?
But I don't have any actual users of this.
Yeah,
I have my friends, but like I gave this working quote unquote app to my friends, and they can play around with it now.
Yeah. Yeah, good question. There are some UXers that keep busy with that, but most of the time it's before the application gets developed that they do the UX track.
Yeah, true.
Well, actually, just with the recent one, it was based on wireframes, and the application just looked like a wireframe.
Yeah.
Customer always had the chance to test, and then at the end of the project, it was like, "Hey, this is not what we expect." Typical not testing customer, but then one of the UXers did a complete refactor of the UI. So that's basically the case that you would have here.
Okay.
Well, it's fine. It's fine.
But so that's one of the issues or new features. Copy an already existing competition to start from, which might be interesting as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is gonna be something for 2 weeks. Some stupid thing.
Upgrading.
Like this is done in like 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Manually ending a competition. What? Yeah, okay. So we're actually doing that right now. So
is it the completing?
That's the unstarting thing.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be manually ending a competition.
No,
it's not the same as
doing starting a competition.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and it doesn't solve the issue that we had before. So I'm not sure if there needs to be a end competition actually. Like maybe, why would you do that? To make sure that nothing can be edited anymore or something like that.
Isn't that the complete competition?
Yes, yeah. But there's no complete competition thing.
Okay.
There's only complete challenge.
Right, complete challenge. Well, I don't know why I would do that. Maybe a delete would be nice to just clear up, but that
No, I think it's just like archive or something.
Yeah.
It makes more sense.
But I wouldn't implement that if there's no need. I think.
Yeah. Let's do some label won't fix or something, and then hopefully I'll think about why I put it into won't fix. Maybe we'll add some comments. Let's just do that for now.
Didn't know GitHub had Scrum boards.
Be necessary. Yeah, it's super nice.
Huh?
They've got automatic
Oh, with commit
yeah,
tag,
if you go like
nice.
fixes number 39
Yeah.
automatically closed, and then it moves to done, stuff like that.
I used GitLab. I still use GitLab for projects because it's just so much more
I
complete.
really
They're
need to
playing catch up
I
all
need
the time.
I need to do GitLab.
Dude, GitLab is so awesome.
Yeah, people have told me I
Yeah.
really need to try it out at some point.
The build processes. They have you just get a free container registry. It's fucking awesome.
And free CI as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now CI is running on Travis.
Is that free? Yeah, for open source it's free.
Open source is free, yeah, exactly. What about GitLab?
Or also for private projects. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I run my driving school website.
Holy.
CI there.
Holy.
Yeah, and it's a whole Ubuntu that it starts with end-to-end testing in Chrome. It doesn't even take that long. It's fucking amazing.
I am amazed. Yeah. Oh, young.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I really need to try that out at some. Oh, young.
Yep.
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah, and these things like you also have Scrum boards, and pretty sure that you can also change statuses with commit messages. And you can even use comments to put estimates on stories, like /estimate 1 day, blah blah blah, and then you have this timer bar to show how much time you already spent, or you say estimate and then you say / I spent this much time on it now, so you can have an overview of how much time is spent and if you're over the estimate or not. It does work with days, not with story points, but yeah. I really like it. The only reason to go back to GitHub is because they're catching up so quick.
But they don't have a CI yet.
I think they do.
They really?
Yeah, since very short.
Really?
Very recently, yeah.
Is this news to me?
Continuous integration, no, Circle CI. No. They were going. I'm completely sure that they are going to have it very soon.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm cool.
Yep.
Alright, so I might not need to move away from GitHub then.
Yeah, just wait until they catch up to GitLab. Because they're really implementing all the features of GitLab, because I think too many people are migrating to GitLab.
Yeah, it makes sense. But GitLab you can also run on premises and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
But GitHub you can't. So
no, true. Another win.
There is no catch up that GitHub can do, I think.
To running on premise.
Yeah. I mean, there's just popularity.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why a lot of projects stay on GitHub, I think.
Yep, and integration.
Does GitLab also have automatically GitHub pages thing? Like there's a static website generator behind it as well?
I'm running my personal website on GitLab.
So there really isn't...
No, I don't miss anything. Maybe the Jenkins integration. I'm not sure how good that is with GitLab.
Okay. So this is a stream marker. I can mark it, like at this point we were talking about GitLab, cool. And then I can make a highlight out of this. So this would be Gilliam advertising GitLab. Please send him sponsorship deals or something like that.
All right, perfect.
Maybe archiving would comment. Jesus. And then let's just keep it in there.
Yeah.
Hey, if you need any more water.
Yeah, I'm going to fetch some water. It's getting so hot.
Yeah, it is getting hot. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but luckily we're not underneath the roof today. Otherwise we would be dying. There's also Britta, hey? Britta, the best water. Okay. Right. So we had a beer challenge. And then we can, which has no. Oh, it did have one. Okay. Yeah, that's another. Like, there's tiny issues that I can still fix. For example, there are no competitors now. So I do have a challenge that I can complete, but there's no competitors to complete. So
Ah,
why would you be able to click on that button, or why would you be able to start the competition when there's no
yeah.
competitors?
But that's the same thing in the UI development. The same problem as we had with removing competitors. If you change the UI or block some things, and people don't know why suddenly this isn't possible anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
it's kind of a dilemma, I think, in creating UIs.
Yeah. Like show the option, but then
Maybe gray it out, and then if
Gray it
you
out,
maybe
yeah.
one of the best options is like gray it out, and if you
hover.
then show a hint.
How do you hover on mobile phones?
That's the problem.
Can you or
No.
Really? Like not like press and hold or something?
Press and hold is right mouse click.
Ah yeah, okay.
So I'm not sure if you can. Some browsers implement it like you tap it once and that will be the hover.
Ah yeah,
Tap
okay.
it twice to click.
Ah.
If
yeah,
there's a hover action possible.
I don't want that either.
No.
Alright, nice. Let's do a commit because we've got something that's working now, eh?
Yep.
So still working on number 38, and what we did now was we added
the unstart competition button.
Just unstart.
And started boolean.
No, all of the buttons.
Ah yeah, okay,
start,
that's before
unstart,
I was here.
And then yeah.
Right.
Added start unstart competition. That's fine. Top button.
And the complete was already there.
Yeah, the complete was already there, but we made it conditional.
Right. Yep. Yeah, that seems fine. Start and unstart.
Yeah, I mean, it should be okay.
And then we'll refactor that maybe to the pop-up if there's time.
The pop-up?
The undo notification.
Ah yeah. Ah yeah, you mean the unstart thing then? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't want it to be there. And do we want to do that now, or was there something else that
That's why I was asking if there's some bigger features that you still want to implement, or...
Well, no, I mean, I don't consider this feature complete because the real feature is I want to block trolls from fucking up the competition.
So then we need to implement
I think so
this.
Too.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
You already have a notification system?
Yes.
All right.
Because you saw it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, and it has actions as well.
What?
Can you put buttons in there, or actions? Did you make it yourself, or is it a Viewtify?
Let's see. So there's a snack. It's Viewtify component. I use a V snack bar for this. Yeah. I know it has a close button.
It has buttons, so okay.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
But this is just a close. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but then we can conditionally show and undo, and we can, and then we have to think about.
Oof.
Yeah, indeed.
Because do we want to make an explicit undo start competition snack bar now?
No. I would extend the existing notification with an undo action that you can pass along.
Yeah.
And then we have to think about a generic way to implement that.
How do we do that? Because I'm not sure.
I think if we
can.
So there are parameters that you pass to this color timeout vertical.
Let's first do some admin, and then like toggle some stuff. Because done.
Yeah.
And then I think this might be more important than the undo. So don't allow completing challenges when a competition is not yet started yet, which was just a refactor to the competition. So this is backend stuff. Maybe I don't want to do this now. Okay, you know what I'll do is I'll add yeah, so this we don't did, and what I'll add is add, or I'll actually move unstart to an undo button in the competition started notification, which I don't think we even have a notification that tells the user that it's started.
Yeah. You especially you mostly have error notifications now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add.
And actually,
Well, yeah, mostly.
I-
I have one where a competitor completed a challenge, then they also send a notification.
Yeah.
Like, congrats to for completing challenge X.
is that like notification to everyone or just local to your own?
Yeah, local. Yeah. What do you mean to everyone?
You could add notifications.
There's no WebSockets involved.
That's yeah. I thought so. I would be very impressed.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because these WebSockets, when I started using that, I wasn't thinking about the fact that your server has to well, determine to which devices you have to send your notifications.
Yeah, everyone that's subscribed, eh?
Yeah, and yeah, that's true. But yeah, you can make it like use a library like socket.io. But if you don't do anything and you take the default implementation, I mean, if you don't think about it, then it's possible that you would push a notification to just all of your users everywhere, instead of just the ones that are in this group or this competition.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, so you really have to think about, okay, I want to push to only these people.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that in the other way of communicating. It's like to server, it's easy, there's just one server, but if you want to push the other way, it's not that simple.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what Socket.io, it treats your socket as a session, right?
I think so.
So then,
yeah.
So then in your session, you need to have some sort of like a group ID and not just a user ID.
You have
as
this
well,
this rooms and thing and concept.
Rooms.
Yeah, I think it's room. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Can be called something else.
Okay.
And so to group people. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I wanted to check. Yeah, go ahead.
Just saying, if you add a undo function parameter, maybe you can show the undo whenever you pass it an undo function. But then
you have like an abstract thing like undo with a handler or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can do that. So that was something I was gonna look up right now. So
it's a completely default. Wait.
Huh?
Can I see the code again?
Which code?
The pop-up, the snack bar code. Because this is a component from you, base snack bar.
Yeah, base snack bar is my wrapper around the snack bar.
Then can't you do whatever you want?
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
Okay.
Lol. Yeah, you're right.
And then you can just add a parameter and a button.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason. Yeah, actually. Yeah, no, there's no reason. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, mate.
Nice. I think.
Now I was thinking, why didn't I think of that?
The undo or the?
No, the fact that since it's in my wrapper, I can just easily add that myself.
Nah,
because like, why this thing? It I implemented it like this for some reason.
Yeah.
But I don't know why.
Why you put a wrapper, or
yeah,
because there's a close in the default as well, or
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like it was like closable or something. I don't know.
Good point.
See?
Oh yeah, indeed. And if it's a bit like the one in Angular, you can also pass other actions.
There isn't even look. There isn't even
a close.
a close action. Yeah, it's just somewhere in here, I guess.
Huh.
Ah, okay. It's okay.
This is already a wrapper, or
So the way, yeah. So V snack bar has slots, and one of the slots is a button.
oh, it's just one button.
So yeah, in this case, but it's just HTML. You can put anything in there. But yeah. I decided to wrap this in my own component, and it's a good thing I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's cool. And I think the reason why is also because I wanted to do this via the store instead of
with the states. Oh wait. Close snack bar will store false.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There is still something going on with what was it again? Like if I have multiple notifications, clicking on the one won't or might close all of the others or something like that.
Because there's only one boolean.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't remember. But anyway, we can add instead of a close button, we could add an undo button.
Yeah, and then how does the close button know if it always gets rendered, the close button?
Yeah.
Because maybe how the timeout 6 seconds. Maybe if we have an undo, we don't want to render the close button. I'm not sure if that still looks okay.
If we have a close, we don't want an undo? Is that what you said?
No, if we have an undo, we don't want to close. But I'm not sure, we can try both first.
Yeah.
And then if undo function is passed, I guess.
Yeah, we'll make it a computed property.
Okay.
Then I can do.
That's cleaner.
Wage should return true for now. And then what I want to do is I'll say click equals execute undo or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then what I think I'll need is an actual function for that.
Yeah, indeed.
That then
so you should be able to pass an undo function.
And then here's like.
So this component gets an input. How does it work with, you get base snack bar uses a snack bar, but right now this base snack bar doesn't have input, right? Or does it?
No, you're correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It does not have input.
I was confused. You just set the input in the base snack bar.
I think the reason why it doesn't have input is because all of the state belongs on the store.
Okay. And when is that populated?
Whenever you
make a new one in the store. So you trigger a certain action on the store that's.
Yeah, it's not making a new one in the store. It's there's a different way, I think. Well, let's find out. So in the app of view, bless you.
Yeah, gonna go again, I think.
Yeah, that's okay. So here, we do show snack message. And then we'll go to the store. So maybe you're correct.
This adds something to the store.
Here we go, and then
it puts a state on snack bar.
So show snack message takes in an update snack command which for now has a message and a color, and then the state gets updated accordingly.
And can you have multiple snack bar messages now?
So I'm not sure about that actually.
I would think not, because you override the previous one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, good. Well,
Limitation for now, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know.
That's not a problem if you don't run into it. I think it becomes a problem if you have interceptors that also can put multiple messages.
Yeah, so maybe we can add a function to this update snack command thing then.
I think that would be the cleanest optional function.
Then what we could do, or how that would look like, is instead of this, it's also gonna take a function.
Yeah.
To handle the undo part.
Yeah.
And then I think we're done.
Yeah. Nice.
I hope it'll work.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So we'll need something like this.
This will be really cool.
And this is our competition detail. So what we'll do is we'll do start competition. We'll await and then post, and then we'll await and no, there's no await. So whenever this is finished, I want to do this.
Yeah. Store commit it's not asynchronous.
Sorry?
The store actions are synchronous.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. I'm not sure.
Was it your intention to remove the refresh competition?
Yeah. To remove the what?
Refresh competition.
No, that was not.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know what to do first.
I think...
Does it really matter?
I don't think so.
So not interested in color.
Maybe it's cleaner to already show the message before the data is refreshed, because the action is complete.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you click it really quick, you will get data from a competition that you just didn't start anymore.
What?
Yeah, I think
if you click the start and then immediately the undo, then you get data from when it was started.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe you put it at the end, yeah. Okay.
So I want to show a snack message, and then I say my message is snarf. No, my message is competition started.
Yeah.
And then I want to have an undo function, which looks like this, I guess. And it does. And now hopefully I can do this dot unstart competition.
Yeah, that should be possible.
Yeah, it should be, because this is a closure.
Yeah.
Okay. Lol.
Yeah.
Dude, if this works,
I think it will, and it will be nice.
Oh my god. Where is that? So it's in store. There's an follow. There's this thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna have an undo, which is a function.
I think
funkyton.
Thought that was capital. It's capital because function is a keyword. Yeah.
Can you type this? Like, can you say?
Yeah, you can. You can use a function as a type to type it.
You mean go like this, right?
Yeah.
And then what does it return actually?
I don't know.
Void? No.
We have to check. I think it doesn't return anything. I think. Ooh.
I'm not sure.
Can you use void? Can you use void?
Unit. I don't know.
Try really the literal word void instead of the empty body. Not sure. I think so.
Okay, nice. All right. Undo. And then can you check if undo was passed along?
Yeah,
So here we need this now. No, wait.
that
this
needs
is,
to be optional, by the way. The undo
How do you do that?
question mark.
Where?
Right before the
Okay, and then okay.
and
Oh yeah.
then we can let's see if you store snack bar color.
Snack.
Yeah,
So then.
Yeah, I'm thinking if it's not defined, we shouldn't add it. So it's gonna be like undo. Wait,
There should do maar.
see, it's like undo or the or, and then add it here. I'm not sure.
It's snack.undo then.
Is it snack.undo? Okay, or state.snackbar.undo equals.
Huh?
Why is it complaining about snackbar.undo?
Doesn't your assignment need to be the other way around?
It's a shortcut to only execute this if this is true.
Ah, really?
Yeah, but wait, undo does not exist. Okay, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, snackbar doesn't have an undo thing yet.
Okay. Okay, but that's what we can solve. Is that our base component?
I want to say yes. Maybe try option enter.
Option enter.
Then I don't know what's going on.
Which snack bar?
What does a command F1 say? Like, what's the actual error?
Didn't do this.
Yeah, okay.
Color.
It looks like a literal. So maybe let's just update it here. So then this is also an optional thing then?
Is that possible? State snack bar.
This is.
Oh, so it has to be on state for it to be able to set it.
Yeah.
Wait, so
yeah.
If we do this, then we don't get an. What's this?
And now you can't equals it, apparently.
Why?
Yeah, maybe the shorthand doesn't work.
No.
But it looks like a lint expression, eh?
Yes.
Maybe I've got a stronger linter setup or
it
something.
Might be because
well.
yeah,
I don't know.
I was already wondering if TypeScript would allow this. In JavaScript, it's like okay. Hot wiring. If this is false, then do this.
Yeah, but then you can do it like this, huh?
Yeah, the problem is if you do it like this, and you say snack.undo, if it's not defined, you never set the snackbar.undo, so you can check if this undo is undefined.
I mean, you can set it to undefined.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I don't like using undefined.
Yeah, why not?
I know it's exactly the same behind the scenes. Just typing undefined makes it feel dirtier. Oh.
Yeah, and now undo needs to also be optional then, I guess.
But can you do that in an object? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's not a type here.
No, it's not an interface.
So now you need to do :undefined then.
That needs to be undefined by default then. Is this the default state or?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Snack show false, message empty, color cyan.
Okay.
What is problem?
Was not assignable to type undefined.
Okay, so then we need
to say that
the implemented thing would be there we go. And what now?
Type undefined. It's not assignable to type. Maybe
Wait, I didn't read it.
I think.
Yeah.
Because now undefined is not assignable.
It's not a function. Yeah. So now it's needs.
But if we do this.
Yeah, with the void then.
Then still wait. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is possible.
Yeah, and that's why you need the empty curlies, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But
And now what's going on?
I'm not sure if it's possible like this to
Maybe this is just
assign
to
a function.
yeah, that might be as well.
That's pretty
Because
strict.
this is what I was thinking. Like, can you even assign, or like, can you check whether a function property was undefined or not set or something like that?
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted to by default give it undefined or leave it undefined, but apparently that's then not possible here.
Okay.
And if it's undefined, then we can check.
Yeah.
Check that. Huh. Why is it even complaining about the comma? Expression expected.
Yeah.
Maybe it seems to be possible.
Yeah. Okay, there you indeed need that as well.
It's not like we can cheat a little.
You
bit.
can also
Apparently
wrap it in an if, then that should also work.
Yeah.
I mean,
unfortunately.
there's IntelliJ is smart enough to do refactor that,
That's why
I hope,
How?
Option enter that stuff, then I think. Expand. No, you just press enter, right? Okay, so that wasn't
apparently
it.
not. Okay.
Maybe if your cursor is on the or, then it'll work.
Okay, one more try.
Yeah.
On the or.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Nah, that's not it.
It also changes that to a function. How strange is that?
That is weird, huh?
Uh-huh. That's what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. No. Let's go manual.
Go manual. Wait, it's not this one. You want a snack undo as a in a clause, huh?
If course.
And then set state.snackbar.undo. Yeah. Yes, this is it.
It's such a curse to try to write it more functionally. Okay, all the viewers thinking, what the fuck were they thinking?
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, there's no real way to. Okay, it's fine. It is fine. Then, since we have the undo, or like we have got the possibility to do this thing now, now I think we need a.
Wait, because now the default state will be an empty function.
Yeah.
That still sucks.
Why?
Because we still can't check if undo is passed or not, because there will always be a function, right? Or is it undefined if you...
yeah.
Now with the if statement, it doesn't change the state if you don't pass undo.
Yeah.
It leaves a function in there.
But then the default function is an empty function.
Yeah. Can't we... Oh, what? Wait. You can just use two types.
Oh, yeah. Union type.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
Define.
Yeah.
And then it's just undefined. Perfect.
Wait.
Oops.
Why is it complaining now?
Undefined is not sound. Maybe we should look up TypeScript union types.
Wait, I don't know. No. Ja, inderdaad.
Yeah, wait, still.
Nope.
I'm not sure if union type. Oops. Not sure if union types look like that.
Yeah, they do.
Then I don't know what the problem is here.
Well, in okay, I think I know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go back. So if you look closely, the problem lies with the state.snackbar.undo.
Mm-hmm.
And state.snackbar.undo must be undefined and only an undefined thing because that's how we typed it.
Wait, that's also a kind of typing there.
Yeah. It's what do you call it again? It's distilled. The type is distilled from its usage.
Yeah.
And here you just have undefined.
I also want to know the word.
Yeah, god damn it.
Yeah.
I forget.
Infer.
Oh my, it's type infer. Type inference. So since that is a thing, it's trying to assign something that is either a function that returns void or undefined to something that is always undefined.
Yeah. Can we say explicitly what type that is?
No idea. How? Yeah, I
Inside an object.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's possible.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it is, because then that means that state needs to be generically typed somehow, or you need to be able to pass along the type to it, and I'm not sure if you can do that. State is typed like this. It's either a function that returns s or it's s, and in this case it's s, but then s is not typed. Can you help the compiler or the transpiler to hint that it's of this type in TypeScript?
That's what yeah.
Can you go like this? This is a snackbar type.
Yeah, no, not like that. But I'm pretty sure that you can. Yeah. What you can do is, for example, say this is of type.
Yeah.
Like, and then redefine all of these things.
Yeah, snackbar type.
Yeah, like snack show is boolean.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
But, or at least I thought that's possible.
Yeah, but I don't think you can do that within
an object.
Yeah, within assigning
no,
an object.
Was probably not.
Not sure.
Damn, this is crappy.
You know what?
New. Yeah, wait, that's not a value.
What is the thing again? Yeah, it's not a value.
Yeah.
You need a value for
Yeah.
it. It's the same.
Otherwise, we could use the union type there again.
God dang it.
This is a difficult one. We can use an empty function by default and check on the empty function, but
yeah, the other thing that we could, because here we do have the type properly, and we can determine whether or not the undo function was passed or not, and then yeah, because you can do this.
Yes.
And then what you could do is do like this snackbar dot undo was passed.
That's but that's the same as what Zacharias said earlier. With passing the boolean value, they're passing metadata. It sucks.
Yeah, okay, but since you don't really pass it at
okay, you're generating it here.
Yeah.
That's true. It would still be nicer if it was just a computed property. We can, okay, but that's the same thing. If you just insert a function that returns true, and then check the function. But yeah, it's not better. Because then you would also have to execute the function while you don't want to do that unless you click undo. Damn.
Jesus.
Hmm.
I really am not sure if you can do that.
I would use what you just said.
Uh,
Oh yeah, S. It's not double. Yeah, it's S. Can you? Mm. Yeah, it's not. It's in the value that you have to say that.
in the value.
Yeah.
So this thing
S.
as this.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
That actually worked.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Undefined S. Completely not undefined. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, but try it to remove the brackets.
What the hell?
IntelliJ doesn't know what you want to do. Yeah.
Okay. So this needs to be wrapped. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay! We did it.
All right.
We did it.
That's at least it's still not very clean, but at least it's cleaner than.
And then now we can do the same syntax as here.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, we should be able to do that.
Yep.
Snack dot undo.
Or undefined.
Yeah, but then that's
I know that's default.
already a
yeah,
given.
it's already
I think.
No, you're right. If,
yeah, I'm not sure now. I'm really not
no,
sure.
yeah, if it's it's okay. If it's undefined, then it's undefined. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot harder than expected.
LOL.
Okay.
So hang on, because now we still need to. Yeah, okay, but that was on the snack bar component.
Mm-hmm.
So now we need a mutation that executes the undo function.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Also the click handler, click the button click.
Button? What?
Oh, what?
No,
You don't need to make a mutation, I think.
Why is that? Yeah,
because you pass the function, you just execute the function inside the component.
Yeah. Okay, it's already. Wait, well then why do I need it as state to in my store?
Because you need to know what function to execute in the snack bar, because it's generic, so anyone can pass an undo function.
Yeah, because this component completely uses the store's snack bar state.
Yeah, and it's completely separate from our screens. And yeah.
Okay, cool. So then here, this implementation should be store state snack bar undo
and then execute. You don't have to return it. Was
no
passed.
This is the was
passed.
passed.
Okay, yep.
And then
you can use two exclamation marks to convert it to a boolean.
Do you need to? Because how does this work? Wait. So here, if I were to do this, then
it's automatically converted.
Then it is. Because this is a boolean operation.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Okay.
But right now you want to return. I mean, you can return undefined, but it's a boolean function. Undo function was passed. The exclamation marks have to be before the this.
Yeah, because like double negate that thing.
Yeah. Dirty JavaScript again.
Okay.
Yep.
That's it.
Cool. I'm curious.
What if you show another snack bar as an undo implementation?
What?
I'm just trolling.
Okay, didn't even understand the troll.
It's because if you do that, you undo. You have a new notification.
Dude, we do have to try that now.
Oh man,
I really want to see that.
So yeah. let's try it
Yeah,
out. Okay, let's see what other lint expressions that we failed to
Violated.
use. Yeah, okay. Missing white space. So I don't know if it's here or in
Yeah.
front of message.
I think it's there because there's also. Oh no.
Yeah, that was there.
Oh yeah.
And then
Line
exceeds
length.
line length. Yeah, bastard. And now I've got a multi-line JSON thing, and now we need to do this.
Ah, that's in your. I removed those
Yeah,
rules. The trailing comma.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
What, you can change them.
Yeah, I was too lazy to do that, but then I complain to myself every time I have to.
God,
You know,
the worst of people.
it's
too lazy to do anything, but not too lazy to complain. God damn it! I expected better from you.
Here we go. Start competition. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm not gonna take water now.
Yeah, I
Go.
was just. Whoa!
There's no undo. Oh,
There-
it's there.
Here it is.
Is it there?
No, now I don't know what happened.
I know what happened. Refresh. No.
No.
Damn. Wait, yeah, we have to look at the network.
And start the competition. Clean this. Start the competition. And then press the undo button. Nothing happened. Maya, I think.
Is it the undo button?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It can just be pressing close now.
I
Oh,
think-
it's up there. It's higher. No?
What?
I think the undo button was above the close button.
Let's do it.
But
again.
why doesn't it show?
No, this is content. This is
Ah, no, it's
something
margin.
else. It's
Yeah.
not show. Maybe the show isn't working. Let's always show it.
Yeah. But, okay.
Huh?
Uh-huh. Undo function was passed. You don't have to execute that.
I don't think I need to, but maybe I do.
No.
Because it's a getter. Huh?
Yeah.
It's a computed property.
Store snackbar.undo.
But so let's always show it and then
Yeah.
see how that looks like.
Yeah.
This is fun.
I'm glad we started on such a small feature that is just so interesting but not really relevant to the application.
It's very relevant.
It's very relevant.
Yeah.
Something else. Maybe it just accepts only one button, the component.
It's a slot?
Yeah.
No, it's a slot. How can it? What if I don't?
You didn't put undo in the button itself. Okay.
I am a muppet of myself. Alright. Unstart the competition. Start the competition. Press the undo button.
It worked.
It works!
Nice. Wait, I don't understand why it works, because it has to refresh. Oh no, the refresh is inside the function.
Yeah.
Nice.
But why didn't it show the close button?
I think the slot only accepts one button.
Money, why would it? I want to know if that is the case.
That's the only explanation I can
Show
find.
me your slots. Default
30 view.
view slots.
Snackbar. Can you run this?
Maybe they overlap each other.
That's possible. Can you run this example?
Let's see if what's the thing called again?
CodePen, this middle button, I think.
This one.
Because I can just add a button here and see if it works.
Good idea, mate. Show a snack bar. Okay, that works. Maybe let's put it a little bit bigger. There we go. Hi, snack bar. And then
and
then we just add another button saying undo, which is exactly the same behavior. And then we say show snack bar, and then it just works. Okay, but
yours is styled differently.
Yeah, dark flat. It's styled exactly the same. I'm afraid.
Huh.
It's very strange.
Yeah. It doesn't even have an if. Can you put a timeout on like a few minutes so we can inspect the snack bar? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just wondering some with this thing maybe.
Multi-line. You can try putting that on false and see what happens.
Yeah, but I forget why this would break stuff.
It is
vertical true. Well,
it's possible that it's one of those two.
alley hoop. And then I didn't need to do that, did I? No, it does not show.
Okay.
I forget why I added as a vertical one, or why
why is it vertical?
I think it's because I want the text to be above the close button or something. Because if there's a lot of text, then it will like wrap around your screen on mobile, and it's it'll put the close button somewhere in the right corner.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the fix, in fact. Well, or it was the fix. No, that's not a thing either. V model show snack bar.
I was wondering what that was. Show snack bar.
That's this thing. So it's just the property
that makes it show or hide.
Yeah, okay. And so V model allows you to two-way bind to a property. But so show snack bar needs both a getter and a setter because we are propagating that back to the store state.
It's also unsetting itself.
Yeah. So that's why I needed to make a commit with the boolean that gets passed.
I see.
That was a funky stuff right there. Let's see what happens now. I guess start. Okay. So if we do not render it vertically and multi-line, then it just works. And what if multi-line is true but vertical is false? Then it also works. What does it look like on mobile? What does it look like on mobile? This is probably why.
And then I wonder what it looks like with a lot of text.
I wonder what it looked like if this was back to true again. Still wrapping the entire screen. I don't remember why I added that vertical thing. So maybe this can be false and then this can be true.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I mean that just fixes it.
Yeah.
And it looks nicer.
It looks okay indeed.
Yeah. Indeed. What happens if you have longer text?
I think I wonder.
So I want to unstart the competition.
You can just put
add snarf as a competitor, start the competition and be like, yeah, it's fine. Complete a challenge.
Remove the competitor.
Yeah, there's no challenges in this competition apparently.
But you can also not remove a competitor, right? So you can trigger the error.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's long enough.
No idea.
I know if I add, so we have competitors here. We can say, let's do like a long title. Okay, Sociaal Incapabele Michiel. That's a very long title.
Yeah.
And then we pick Gilliam as well. Submit. God damn it. It's just on completing a challenge.
Yeah.
Let's unstart the competition. Add. Who has a very long name? Someone with a very long name. is equal to 50. See. And then we'll start the competition again. And then we'll complete the challenge and we'll say allo allo because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, okay. It's still okay.
Yeah, but it looks like a little bit longer is going to ruin.
Yeah,
going to go off screen.
Maybe I need to just add some padding or something. I don't know.
Possible.
I think it's fine actually.
All right, I can put that in the backlog to look at. Yeah, if you add some padding, it will be fine.
Should be fine.
Okay.
Gilliam.
Yeah. Cool.
Gilliam. I can't believe that just worked.
It's a good one.
I cannot believe it. It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. What is there left to do now? If you press the undo, then maybe you also want to close the thing. Because
yeah, definitely. But I think that happens automatically. Did it close?
No,
it didn't close?
Because I need to do this. So I'll just call this close snack bar.
Perfect.
And then that'll work.
That was easy.
And then in competition detail, where we are actually doing, I mean, this is fine enough, huh? Oh, yeah. That's really cool, actually, huh?
Yeah, that's nice because you can just use it for everything.
Fucking hell, man. Okay, I am gemist.
You're what?
Gemist. I am gemist. What did we do? We introduced undo to snack bar.
Yeah.
To undo start competition.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think fix 38 even.
I think so.
Because that'll automatically close it, eh? Yeah.
Maybe we should look at it, but I don't think there was. Yeah, just you want to enter too badly.
No. I did it. It's just that I don't remember. Let's just do it properly then.
Notification.
No, we haven't finished it yet.
Damn
it. This works. This actually works. This needs to be done still.
What was that?
It's just a simple.
That's a backend one, right?
Yeah. And then let's not do that.
That's
and
okay.
Commit.
See some Kotlin.
Push, and then that'll be the final thing we do. And then it's time for eating some fries, man.
Oh my god.
It's the national holiday. We need to eat some fries.
I completely forgot, by the way.
Yeah. That's the reason why we've got this huge
wow.
flag behind us.
I only see right now that it's animated. Jesus, that's fucking cool.
I had to go through some hoops to do that. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Because can you believe it? Like, if you look up an animation for a flag, to download it on Shutterstock, like officially, 59 euros.
Really? Wow.
Who pays this money? Who does that? So what I did was I just went to YouTube and went like Belgian waving flag, enter, and then I found this animation and I was like, okay, this is free now. So
wow.
I only need it in some other format. Done.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Horrible. 59 euros for a flag.
Flag.
Who buys this?
Well, the person that created it probably took a few years to make it or something.
I really hope he didn't. Like it's a like some JavaScript animation you can do in it and you have the same effects. Come on.
True.
Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice.
But I liked the attention to detail.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, we should have. You should have worn a black shirt, and I should have worn a red one.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next year. Nice. Okay, so yeah, it's just Kotlin. Let's go to the competition.
Just Kotlin.
Class.
Never seen Kotlin.
Ta-da!
Cool.
Kotlin
Amazing.
companion objects.
Oh wow, I have no idea what that is.
It's a way to do static functions.
Okay.
Because you don't have static functions in Kotlin. Fields
Static
go
functions.
in the constructor, immutable by default. If you put val there, then I needed to do some vars there, variables for hibernate, because hibernate is hibernate. That's an insult in itself, you know.
Yeah, true. It's poor hibernate, but it's true.
And then we were going to so in my competition controller there is something to complete challenges. This function gets called from here, from when you want to complete a challenge. There's this function to do that, and right now it just lives here, but I don't think that's very appropriate, because all the things you do are on the variables or the invariants of competition itself. So you can, or you should, extract this to just competition. Agreed?
No, wait, I'm not following.
So this function only does stuff with the things on the competition. You access its competitors, you find the one that has the same competitor ID, and then when you get that one, you complete its challenge.
Yeah.
Namely this one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking on another level, because shouldn't completing a challenge also be an action on the challenge?
Not on a challenge, but on a competitor, and that's already the case.
Ah, yeah, right.
Because you find the competitors, and then you, if you find it, then that thing gets returned, and then this question mark dot is like, if you found it, then execute complete challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Couldn't you use vars with private setters instead of the val not plus var combo?
Yeah, that's one for you. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah. So what I have now is in the competition class. All of these things are vals, so values, immutable properties. And then to what they call back these up is you've got backing properties for them that are then they become mutable, but they remain private.
Okay.
And then so they need to be variables, but then Hibernate can still access these things even though they're private.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a setup, and this allows you to access, for example, ID, name, and start date and stuff by just going like competition dot name dot start. And what Zacharias is suggesting is using vars instead of vals, and then instead of how you call it, making private the, well, I don't use backing properties then, I guess, but then use private setters instead. But then, yeah, I think you could get away with that, yeah.
Wouldn't they be mutable then?
Yeah, but then you give the intention that they're mutable, and that's not something I wanted indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would actually work. But let's try that out at some point. Ooh, undo a notification. Check. Fix no op is something we need to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about what he's saying right now as well, that you have 2 fields for every field.
Yeah. Yeah, the backing property stuff. Yeah, the other thing is that eventually this needs to be the way my domain model is set up in any case. So it needs to remain my signature. The var things I won't have anymore because they're gonna get put into a separate class or whatever. Like I might not even be using Hibernate in the end.
Yeah.
It's a thing because like to var plus private setter instead of val plus backend prop. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe you can. I'll look that up as well. The interesting thing is that you can add annotations on those backing properties, and they won't pollute your fields.
And the backing properties automatically stay in sync with, or the properties stay in sync with the backing properties.
Well, not automatically, but because I do this.
Yeah, okay.
So I say challenges is another field, but it's being backed by, so its getter is being backed by this property.
Yeah, I see.
But there might be different patterns for that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Because these don't even have that. I just noticed. So all of these, they just
exist.
They exist, yeah. So in our controller, back in our controller, we've got the complete challenge thing. Sorry, the complete challenge function. And what I want to do is just go like this, and then we can just move that to here, right?
Yep, indeed.
And then we'll inline that function or something.
Yeah.
Paste. And then that would be this dot competitors find blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
So now this logic belongs there, and then I can inline this, I think, and remove the function. Whoa, unit, and then this can go. Yeah, that's it actually. Yeah. Oof. And now the plot thickens even more.
Okay.
Because what I do here is I say find a challenge. When you found it, complete it with this competitor, and then inside here I'll go look for the competitor, and if I find it, complete it. So it's like propagation through so that's still something that tells me that my model might be off, because I want to keep everything consistent within the boundary of a competition. That's the reason for this, of course, but yeah, now my model adheres to it as well, and I don't really like it a lot. But that's something for another time, I think.
I wouldn't even be I can't immediately say how to improve it.
Yeah, the thing that would feel natural now is to go like this: competition complete challenge with the challenge ID, and then the completer ID dot competitor ID, and then
complete,
and then move this there. But then I don't like that. So this is fine for now. Oof. Can you develop an app for me? I have a company I need designed.
Do you want to design an entire company?
So yes and no, I think. I work for a company called Kun Labora, and we do projects. But so we don't really design companies, but we can help with solving a problem that your company has. If you want more information, go here. There we go. Yeah, I think all of my tests should still work.
Nothing changed.
Yeah, it was a pure refactoring, so hopefully everything actually works. Unless I mock something, no, that seems unlikely.
Did you write front-end tests as well?
No. Yeah, it's one of my issues in on GitHub, writing front-end tests, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to.
Writing end-to-end tests is really really fun.
With Cypress.
Doesn't matter, Cypress or Protractor. I mean Cypress or Selenium.
I love Cypress. It's really nice.
Yeah, I started using it because I wanted to make a small program to copy, what was it, something into Camus, or actual hours into Camus automatically.
Yeah.
But
and then you recorded something that actually did it. Their program made.
Well, the intention is that I use like Toggle for what was it? Toggle to keep track of the time that I work on a certain ticket.
Yeah.
And then use the application to take those things from Toggle and enter them as lines into Camus.
Yeah.
But
like a mapping tool, let's say.
Yeah.
But then there's no API in Camus, right?
That's why I would use Cypress.
And then you use Cypress to do oh my god, automated entry.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, it solves a problem. I mean,
indeed.
Why not?
Yeah. But actually, Camus must have an API because like Jones used it to use the RS
but
make the.
It was very limited. I remember. Whatever.
Okay.
You can ask your service desk to get the API docs and see where you get with that.
God, I have no.
Okay. This actually does fixes.
Yeah. Nice.
A push.
Bah.
Bam.
That was fun.
Push successful. Yeah. This is really cool.
By the way, stores are also really nice to unit test.
Of
stateless
course.
Components. Stores, the actions on your stores.
The idea that you use a store, in fact, just makes it easy. Yeah, indeed.
Yep.
So I refreshed and then it was fixed.
Perfect.
This was really nice.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you have? So let's recap. Before we had, we didn't have a start competition button. We didn't remove the unstart competition button. That's dumb. Maybe we should do that now.
That's just a few seconds. So.
Yeah, cleanup is always. Oh, we can't just do. We do not want to remove. Wait, no,
it's not the function. It's just a view.
It's also the one in this competition detail. Right?
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ. So this one I don't want to remove. I only want to get rid of the button.
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yay. Yep.
Oh no. There's one thing that I still need to do is in the backend block that you can complete challenges when your competition isn't started yet.
Right. Yeah, that was the bullet point.
I'll add a button there. Removed
unstart.
start competition button. And then we'll push that as well. Okay, cool, yeah. This is really cool. Right.
Yeah.
And then then I want to add an issue, I guess, which is block challenge completion when competition is not yet started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we'll make this into an issue, and then this is fine, and then we'll make this a bug, I guess, because
yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll put this. Yeah, it's already at the top. Cool. So next time I can do all of this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, really nice. What did you think about this whole experience?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, more fun than I had thought it would be.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. For me too. Yeah.
It's really more, just learning together. So,
yeah. That's it. It's learning together. Where normally I would be learning on my own.
Yeah, but
and
I
then
think
with feedback from viewers.
Yeah, that's also really nice. The feedback that you can get, and for if you have limited viewers, it's cool that you can still interact with them.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I
agree.
That.
Yeah.
Cool platform.
Thanks. Thanks also for making the time to come over and do all this.
I expected a bigger hangover, so I wouldn't have
Yeah.
been doing anything. It's okay.
Yeah, what happened, man? How come you're not more hungover?
Probably because I already went out on Friday.
Yeah.
And then I had a hangover, and then Saturday I was maybe more used to it.
More used to it. It's not like, oh yeah, I decided to drink less. No.
No, that would be the rational option.
That's funny. All right. Cool. Right. So thanks for hanging out. I think we'll be closing off the stream then.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all right. Maybe if you want to do this another time, we can.
I think so.
Agree and then, make an appointment.
Yeah, it's good.
And then make it happen again.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Cool. All right. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next week. I think it's gonna be Sunday. It should be Sunday, all right? Hang on. Yeah, it's gonna be Sunday. Cool. All right. Thank you for hanging out, and see you next time. Bye. Peace.
Bye.
Yo.